Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me again this week. Today we're celebrating the second Sunday in Ordinary Time. In the Gospel today, we hear how Jesus did something very special at a wedding in Cana, changing water into wine. This is a reading from the Gospel of John. One day there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and Mary, the mother of Jesus, were there. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. Now, when Jesus' mother saw that there wasn't any wine left, she said to him, "They don't have any more wine." Jesus said, "Why are you telling me about this? It is not time for people to know who I am." Then Jesus' mother said to those who were serving at the celebration, "Do whatever Jesus tells you." Now there were 6 large water jugs there, and each of them held about 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servers, "Fill those jugs with water." After the servers filled the jugs, Jesus said, "Now take some of it to the waiter in charge of the celebration." The waiter did not see what happened, so when he tasted the water, which Jesus had turned into wine, he called the groom over and said to him, "People usually serve the very best wine first. Then, after the guests had been drinking for a long time, they serve the cheaper wine. But you have saved the best wine until now." And so the first miracle that Jesus did was at Cana in Galilee. With this sign, Jesus revealed his glory, and the disciples believed in him. The Gospel of the Lord. Jesus, his mother Mary, and the disciples were all at a wedding when they ran out of wine. Wine was an important part of the wedding celebration, and Mary felt bad that the bride and groom ran out. Mary asked Jesus to help, and so he changed some water into wine so that the celebration could continue. How do you think that the servants must have felt when they saw that the water had turned into wine? It must have been very surprising to them, and for the bride and groom too. What do you think the word miracle means? When we don't know how something happens, and we know it can only be done by God, we call it a miracle. Turning the water into wine was the first miracle that Jesus performed. Can you think of any others? Maybe healing sick people or feeding the 5,000, or any other examples you can think of? Why do you think he performed the miracle of turning water into wine? What does it tell us about Jesus? The miracle shows us how special Jesus was. It shows us that he is the Son of God and that he can do anything. Mary brought the need she saw to Jesus because she believed that Jesus could make the situation better. Jesus not only made things better for the people at the wedding feast, but he used this as an opportunity to show that God will always listen to our needs and to our prayers. As children of God, we are called to help those in need. When we see a need, we should try and help. We need to be like Mary. We need to notice and be concerned about others, and then turn to Jesus with our prayers. This week, I made a fun craft that shows what happened at the wedding. I have a picture here of a pitcher of water pouring into a cup, and then I can spin a wheel and it turns into the wine that Jesus made the water turn into wine. So to make this craft, the first thing I did was draw a picture of a pitcher and a cup, and then I drew where the water would be. The next step was to cut out this part that the water would be in, and on a separate sheet of paper, cut a circle that half you will color red and half your color white or blue for water and for wine. Then you can fasten it. I use one of those tie things that come on bread sometimes, and you can fasten it to the back, so that when you spin it, it will change from blue to red to show the water turning into wine. So that's my fun little craft for this week. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.